All right, choosing your unit to evaluate. I'm going to give you some ideas about things to consider. I'm not going to tell you which unit you need to evaluate. We're going to submit 2 units from each subject group from different grade levels, but we do want everybody to go through the process of evaluating a unit. So here's what to think about as we're doing that. First thing, we have goals in our building for teaching and learning, school and district culture, and operations. So you can think about what are those goals and how do they align with the unit that you select. So it might be about that personalized concept-based inquiry-driven learning. You might pick a unit that really hits on those. You may pick one about our school and district culture goal of being intentionally collaborative and thinking about here's a unit that maximizes, like we use this in more than one course and we could bring a bigger group of people together on this. Or you might think about our operations goal and really have an eye toward our transition work. So if you're a ninth grade team looking at a ninth grade unit, you may really be thinking about what's the unit that we feel really confident is going to be coming up to the high school with us. Let's do some analysis and make sure that it's a really strong unit. Same for 7th and 8th grade teachers. If there's a unit that you know is going to be transitioning into our middle school model, what do you want to spend some time looking at, thinking about, and evaluating as not only part of our now work, but also our next work, our transition work? So think about those goals as you're selecting your unit. Here's some other things to think about. You want to make sure that it's a unit that is written, taught, assessed, and reflected on. So you don't want to pick a brand new unit that you're still in the process of writing. We want to make sure that you've got all of those sections of the unit planner already filled out. If you have been focusing on reflecting on a unit already in our previous IB work, that might be a great unit to pick because you've already got all of the parts of it filled out. So think about that. Other factors to consider. Do you want a unit that is something recent or something that's coming up? So maybe you want to pick one that you're actively teaching between now and February 3rd, and focus on a unit that you're in the process of. You might want to pick one that's coming up toward the end of the year or one that you already did at the beginning of the year. That's up to you and your team. Think about aligning it with your PLC work or your IDGP work. Again, coherence is good. And if you're counting this collaboration time around the unit planner as PLC work, that's a win. So think about whether or not that might work for you. Think about a unit that like the maximum number of people can be involved in, or ensuring that everybody is part of a team that is collaborating around a unit. And then finally, what's your capacity? You have 4 collaboration sessions. Our goal is to be done by the end of our IB collaboration time on February 3rd, because I'm going to need to then go in and do a whole bunch of work to get those uploaded to the IB. So those are factors to consider as well. We also want to think about the goals of our unit. And we've been working on all of this a lot over the last number of years, that we're taking that statement of inquiry, which we hope is visible in our classroom, is visible in our announcements. Kids are hearing it, seeing it, aware of it. That the language in that statement of inquiry is showing up in our summative assessment tasks. So we see those concept words. We see language around that global context. Like visually, you can see them in your summative assessment, and kids could tell you which concepts they're being assessed on, and that those also align with our formatives. So you might decide, I'm going to pick a unit that I feel like is the best of the work that we've done. This is our primo best example. Or you might take one that you're like, oh, I feel like most of ours are strong, and this is one we're just really struggling with, and it's not clicking. Feedback on either of those types of units can be really valuable. So pick either way that your group, we're not going to be evaluated better or worse on our IB evaluation visit, depending on the strength of our units. This is literally just feedback for us to help us understand unit writing better and to improve our professional development based on some feedback. All right, then you are going to complete page 1 of this document is linked below. You only need one of this document for your whole group. You want to make sure that the unit title matches the title in your drive. Make it easy for me to find, and link that unit planner right in the top here. And then before you evaluate your unit, going to make sure that all of the required elements are complete. And it's just really a checklist. You're going down. So as you are looking at your unit planner, you may realize, oh, we have not updated this unit planner in a few years, and these teachers don't even work in the district anymore. So go ahead and update and add you're not cheating if you add and update your unit planner as you're going. So if you rank yourself low on something or you realize something's missing, just go ahead and add that in. So you're going to go make your way down that checklist, add anything to the unit planner that you need to based on this checklist. And then again, you're going to go into that unit planner and actually visibly look for all of those things to make sure you can check off all those boxes. Once page 1 is complete, you're going to read page 2. So it may seem really dry to do this. I promise it is worth the time. Part of this is mindset, and part of this is common agreement among everyone on the team that we understand what beginning, using, and sharing looks like and sounds like. So take time as a group to read through the document, and particular, maybe even read out loud the description of beginning, using, and sharing. And then when you're done, you're going to submit the link to this document. You're evaluating a unit planner document to this assignment. So one person goes in, copies the link, makes sure the sharing is right so that I can see it, and then submit the link to this assignment. And then you're moving on to your next step.